Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hopefully you guys can see that. It looks like you can. So I'm just going to boldly assume you can. Good. All right. So, welcome to the floor. This is the floor. Now, the camera will probably need to be adjusted a little bit. In fact, let's do that a little bit now. There we go. Now I can aim it farther down. Perfect. All right. I still forgot to turn off that Stream Elements bot. That's going to be fucking annoying. Kindly ignore that thing. Should also move this out of the way. As you can tell, I did not really prepare for this, like an idiot. So I'll probably hide these receipts. That way you guys don't, stalk me or know my credit card info. That one is also a receipt. I should probably hide that too. 500 receipts. Also, I apologize if you hear a space heater going off. That's just because it's 67 degrees in my room. God damn it. It's that fucking number again. That fucking number I hate. 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 But yeah, it was 52 degrees before I turned it on. So now it's 60. It's in the mid 60s now. It's in the mid hated it. Yeah, how's it going? So, 1 terabyte SSD. AMD 9700X processor, 8 cores, 32 gigs of RAM, a Peerless Assassin cooler. These things are amazing. Shut the fuck up, Don. An RTX 5060, a 750 watt gold rated power supply, and a B650 motherboard. This is a pretty good mid-range build. I'm actually pretty happy at myself for how cheap I got all this stuff. And for those who don't know, this is obviously going to Peyton. Peyton is a viewer of the channel, and this will be a client build for him. Let me make sure I don't have any other info. Okay, good. They're all serial numbers. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I bought all this from Micro Center. It shouldn't have any identifiable info on it. But yeah, let me quickly gash this open. The case is a Focus G from Fractal Design. I've built I think I've built 3 of these before. Or no, I've built in this case twice before. So this will be the 3rd time. It's an alright case. It's good for the price. Has a window in it that's acrylic. And it has fans that light up bright white, but you can disable that if you want to. Going through Kira's new laptop to get rid of all the BS sets installed. Thanks, Windows. Dude, honestly, that's why I'm like installing Linux on this. I talked to Peyton about it. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm just going to install Linux on this computer, and it'll probably just run better. I can't tolerate Windows 11. I refuse, absolutely refuse to switch to Windows 11. You cannot pay me. No amount of money can convince me to switch to Windows 11. It sucks. It's ass. All right. I don't need to worry about this yet, so I'm just going to put it over here. And I think I can just lower this a bit, yeah? Let's lower it. There we go. Shouldn't have made it so high. Can we get much higher? So high? I fantasized about this back in Chicago. Mercy, 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 no hablo. Did you see the chaos I'm coming in the U4? No, Ian. I did not. Her memory usage was 9%, and the only thing open was Parsec. What the fuck, Grant? Did she get a laptop with like 8 gigs in it? That's not even functional for Windows at this point. Windows is just a memory hog at this point. You can't get away with 8 gigs anymore because of how fucked up the operating system is. Also, I should probably get my screwdriver set out. That is behind me. If I can find it. Where are you, buddy? There you are. All right. I'm currently going through everything to lower it. Sheesh. Grant, was this a brand new laptop? Like brand new laptop? There's no way they sold that thing as a brand new laptop. I refuse to believe that. There's no way in hell. Let me lower it even more. It can go lower. Can we get much lower? So low. Do you fantasize this like back in Chicago like Kanye West did? I don't know. Does it look like I know the lyrics to that song? Actually, that's a lie. I do know the lyrics pretty well. It's a refurb from 2017. That's fucking old. It's fucking old, dude. Real talk. All right, that should be a little higher up. That's a lot better. All right. So, first things first, get the motherboard out. I always want to make sure, because, again, this is literally the first time I'm opening this thing. I want to make sure this thing has no damage to the socket, because I always worry about that crap. Thank you, Ian. It even comes with an IO shield pre-installed. I love that. That's great. Also, I need better lighting. Let's get some better lighting. How about that now? It's a little better. It's a little better. I feel like I could get even more lighting, but that's pretty good lighting. Hunter's been real silent ever I stole his emote award. Tutorial for me for when the motherboard arrives. Yeah, basically you start with the motherboard. I really love that this comes with an IO shield install. That's going to be really convenient. Now let's pop off the socket. And let's make sure this has all the pins intact. It does. Good. There's no pin damage. That means it is a brand new board. It's not a fake return. It is a legitimate board. Always worry about that. I'm going to keep that sealed for now. I'm not going to bother with it yet. What I am going to do is put it on top of the bag, because the bag is a great way to isolate it from the ground. You know, carpet. Not a good place to put a motherboard is on top of a carpet, so using this is a good insulator. All right. This is basically a tutorial. Tutorials? So we have our first screws we need to take out. There's an M2 slot here, and there seems to be two here as well. I'm actually going to take this plate off, and I actually want to see what's inside, because it looks like there's two M2 slots there, but there might be three. Totaling up to a total of 4, if that is true. That is too big. That's what she said. Holy shit, level 3 hype train? God damn, Ian. Bro went hard. Alright, that should be... Nope, not enough. Now is it enough? Almost. But yeah, how was everyone's Christmas? Was it good? Oh, it's just two M2 slots. Okay, so that's what I thought. But, it's pretty neat. Is that a 110 bracket? It is. I don't know why anyone would use a 110 SSD. in today's age, but I mean, it supports that. It's better to support it. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So that's pretty neat. I guess if Peyton wants to throw more storage in here, he can. He'll probably need it for, his Steam library, amongst other things, amongst, pirating ROMs and stuff. New PC, yes. I'm building a new computer for a friend/client who goes by GreenBay15. He's getting this computer as I guess it technically, I'll let him explain it. I'll let him explain it if he wants to. I don't know if he's in chat yet. All right, ooh, this thing has a nice little extra plastic notch on it. So you don't have to push down here. There's a plastic notch here that allows you to release the PCIe slot. I really like that. That's really convenient. These two just have the default one, but this one is like extra big, which really helps. So good on the engineers for making that. Also, let me get my knife again. Fellas, always have a knife. Super useful. Very useful. That way you can open up boxes with ease. But yeah, Peyton is getting a 1 terabyte boot drive. This will be plenty of storage for, your basic games that aren't Call of Duty. I mean, given that this thing will run Linux, it won't run Call of Duty. But Peyton's not going to miss that. He's kind of based and knows Call of Duty sucks anyway. All right. There we go. This is a one-sided drive, so you could easily, that's very pretty. I mean, look at that. That's very pretty. I don't know if you can see the copper sparkle off it. There it is. That's very pretty. I like that. But it's a one-sided drive, so you could fit in a laptop if you were, using a laptop. That's pretty convenient. I like that. As the hype train concluded, it looks like it. Shoutouts to Ian for that. Oh, next thing, super easy to do is install RAM. RAM is probably the easiest thing you can upgrade in a system and the easiest thing you can, just install from scratch on a system. It's very easy. You just get these giant sticks. They're pretty big. And then you just slot them into slot 2 and slot 4. It's almost always slot 2 and slot 4. Don't ask me why, because technically they're the farther channel than 1 and 3, but I don't know. It's a standard that's existed for decades, and they kind of haven't changed it. You also want to make sure there's a tooth, there's a key there. You want to match up that key with the slot. Is the key correctly? It should be. It is. Here's one. And there's 2. All right. The RAM is in. That's 32 gigs. Next, we have the processor. Ryzen 7 9700X. Basically top of the line when it comes to gaming, outside of the X3D, but the X3D is like an extra $200. And it's not worth getting like 10% more performance for that price. In fact, if anything, I was originally going to go with the 7700, but this was $20 cheaper. So if it's going to cost $20 cheaper to get 10% more performance, I'm going to say yes. But I'm not going to say yes to paying $200 more for the same performance uplift. That's stupid. But anyways, that's what it looks like. Very pretty chip. I love the look of the heat spreader on the AM5 chips. They're very cool to look at. Once I get this installed, I'll do the SSD. All right, this guy's being a little bitch. can't open this with my fingers, it seems. There we go. All right, so there's a gold triangle. Let me show this to you correctly. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there it is. Do you see that gold triangle on the corner of the processor? That is a mark. That is a way you can match to the socket. There's a gold triangle on the socket as well. You can't really see it on camera, but trust me, it's there. You match it up with the gold triangle on the processor, and you very, very carefully slot it in. Then once you do, you put the cover back on, and the plastic clip here, the plastic flap, should just come off when you put the lever back down. Always keep this. Always keep this plastic. This is to make sure that the socket doesn't get damaged if you RMA the board. They will actually not RMA your board if you don't have this plastic cover on. So always important to keep that for warranty's sake. Next, we're going to install the SSD. Pretty simple. Just have to unscrew this. Every time I unscrew something the first time, you have to like break it in. It's kind of tight. That's what he said. Remove that piece of tape there. Now there should be an M2 screw somewhere in this box, methinks. Let's see if I'm right. Nope, that's not it. Let's see if one of these is it. Yes, that's the one. It'd be very funny if you secretly added Revenge of the Fallen to Peyton's PC. It would be pretty funny, honestly. Pretty sure I gave that to you, didn't I? Didn't I give you Revenge of the Fallen on the Wii? I know I made your background, that like shit post you made for me. So I just gave it back to you and made it your wallpaper. All right, let's see. Oh, there's even like a little metal slot there for it. That's interesting. All right, that's on there tight. So we got processor, we got RAM, we got SSD. We need to put the GPU in eventually, not now, eventually. SATA cables, I'll keep those in there for now. Also keep this out for now. I'm not going to install any of the stickers. If Peyton wants to do that to his case, he can. But that's his choice, not mine. Toss it over here real quick. Actually, let's just throw it in the motherboard box, why don't we? Stay in there. There we go. Grunt. All right. Yeah, I'm throwing boxes again. I'm really good at doing that. Oh, I should probably put this in here too. Just in case I need it. Another Peerless Assassin box. These boxes are great. They're durable, full of foam. They don't fuck around. They're great for, selling stuff and shipping stuff on, eBay and whatever, just because of all the foam in them. Because you're not going to, normally you'd throw away a box like this, but there's just so much foam in it that there's no real reason. I need to get my NTH1. I almost never use stock paste. I almost always, grab some of my own because it's better. What the hell? There we go. Perfect. Chuck that box in there, or that bag in there. The fans. Comes with two 120mm fans. I'm throwing instruction booklets everywhere. Good to know. I always forget which parts I need for AM4. It's the... Oh, right. Is this the one that has like the modular, like plastic molded standoffs? I think so. And in that case, it's like drop dead easy. Yeah, those are the LGA Intel sockets. Yep, it does. Okay. It color codes them. Intel is blue, AMD is pink. That's smart. I forgot. These coolers are so stupid easy to install. Let me chuck that in there. I'm pretty sure it also has like the metal parts saying which one is which. In fact, it does. It says AM4. So yep, this is drop dead simple. That splitter I'm going to need, so I'll keep that up there. Fan clips I'll keep. I'll put them there. Throw this over here real quick. Organize a bit. Was the reason we didn't get one for mine due to the fact the CPU fan came with mine was good enough? Shoot. I forget. What did I get you again? Was it a 5600? Because if it was a 5600, it came with the stock cooler. Because typically if it comes with the stock cooler, I just use the stock cooler. There's no real need to go beyond stock cooler for AMD processors. But when it comes to X suffix processors from AMD, they usually don't come with a cooler. This one is no exception. So I just decide $30 for arguably the best cooler you can buy for the price. Might as well get it again. Don't remember off the top of my head, but that sounds right. Yeah, no, I think it's something like that. I vaguely recall that it might have been it was a 7600 or no 7700. 7700 came with a stock cooler. This is basically one generation newer than that, and about 10%, 15% faster on multi-core and single core. And then he's getting a 5060, which should be about 15% faster GPU wise. So he's getting a slightly better computer, but I found killer deals, and prices have gone up a lot since I built your computer. Like, again, you could resell your RAM if you wanted to. All right, there's the AM4 standoffs. The Intel ones go back in the bag because I don't need them. Again, I will keep buying these thermal rights because they're just great. I love them. I love them. They are goated. Goated with the swouts, as one YouTuber would say. Oh, it even comes with black for old Intel, like 1200, like 8th, 9th, hell, like 2nd gen Intel. So this supports anything up to like 2010, like anything as far back as that. That's pretty cool. I like that. Anyways, let me get the let me RTFM a little bit, because if I can find the RTFM, there you are. Ah, yes. Give me the Chinese instructions that I can definitely read. Yeah, you take out the plastic, you put the metal in. That checks. That checks out. How much for the RAM in this rig? If you don't mind me asking, $200, which is a really good deal given right now. This kit retails for $300. I got for $200. Thank you, Micro Center. Thank you, Micro Center, for having bundles. But yeah, instead of it costing like $300, I only paid $200. Yeah, I know, right? It's insane. And again, for reference, my 96 gig kit of RAM can be sold for $950 right now. So Comparatively, that's a really good price. All right, shove that back in there. Those are the fan clips. Just keep all that there for now. Green Bay PC in it. Yeah, this is for Peyton, Cole. How's it going, actual Green Bay resident? How's it going, dude? Did you have any kale for Christmas? Also, I am having difficulty. First things first, I don't want that metal piece in there. That's a bad idea. Throw these over here. These things are giving me a little trouble. Yeah, I'm going to get a bigger screwdriver. It's bigger! It's better! Ladies and gentlemen, it's too much for Mr. Incredible. Healthiest thing I had for Christmas was maybe a carrot. That's crazy. I'm imagining the case is just a football. That'd be really funny. If I were able to do custom builds like that, where I not only have a custom, like, you know, parts, but a custom case, that would go hard. Unfortunately, I don't metalwork, nor am I a Chinese guy in a Chinese factory. So I can't do that, unfortunately. I guess I could say, fortunately, I don't live in China. Bam. Got him. It's the shape of a Green Bay Packers G. Okay, that would be a pretty cool. That'd be a pretty cool look. That'd be a pretty sick case. Not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I just keep the back plate on. Yeah. Yeah, you literally just keep the back plate on, and just screw these on. Yeah. I believe that's correct. All right. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, and now we put these on. Do these face, are they convex or concave? I forget. Concave. So facing inward to the processor. These 10-year-old kids are decent welders. Putting green and yellow lights, I wish. He doesn't want RGB, and quite frankly, I don't blame him. RGB is kind of mid-hated it, unless it's tasteful. And it's kind of like anime. It's rare that it's tasteful, and when it is, I don't really care for it. Damn, I'm just roasting myself tonight. Never respect a Hassan fan. Remember that Hassan glazed the child labor and slavery filled nation that is China? I mean, it's Hassan. What do you expect? It's Hamas Piker. That dude is a walking locale. Oh shit, this comes with an extra screw. Why is that? I guess just in case you lose one? I don't know why the fuck you lose one of them, but I mean, it's the thought that counts. I can't really complain. If you're giving me an extra screw in case I lose one, that's kind of based. Actually, it might be for no, it can't be for Intel. It literally could not be for Intel. Either way, based. Having an extra screw building something is scary as fuck. Yeah, it is. I mean, granted, I know there's only 4 screws to put in, so it's okay. it's just like, I mean, you're giving me an extra one. You're giving me a fifth. It's kind of generous. I mean, you're only charging me $34 for this, so give me like a 10 cents extra screw is kind of nice. All right, those are all hand tight. You don't want to tighten these down too much because they will crack the board if you tighten them too much. But they should be hand tight. You know, just, you know, don't put too much force on it. Just make sure it's hand tight. And they all are. They're all good. I really love this screwdriver. You could lobotomize someone with it. Unironically, this thing is like an ice pick. You know, something that Taylor would use to kill Cerno would be this thing, an ice pick, because he hates Cerno and he wants to kill her. Lobotomy? Yeah. Hi, Don. Hi, buddy. Hey, Don, should I tell them the news or no? Or should I keep it a secret for now? Also, I'm going to throw that extra screw into the box here. In the box! Tell them. So, apparently, Don shipped me something to my house. It arrives in 2 days. So, I have no clue what it is. Genuinely no clue, because I say so much shit, and there's like probably 2,000 hours of me saying stupid shit on the internet. No, that's a lie. It's closer to 10,000. But he got me something that I apparently wanted a year ago, which could literally be anything. And that scares me because I have no fucking clue what I wanted a year ago. Because it could have been like one of 10 million different things. So now I'm a little worried. Did Don invent racism too? Honestly, he would be the guy to invent racism too. He would be the guy. That would be, officer, that man over there. That man over there. All right, that's pretty good. I should probably put on the cooler first before I even fuck with the fans. This will go in here. Just chuck that in there. It doesn't matter. It's all going to be inside a box anyway. That can go inside there. That can go inside there. Consolidation of box. There's a man in a box. Jason, can you play Majora's Mask IRL now? No. I do have a Majora's Mask IRL. Though I've probably showed you guys it during an April Fool's stream. Where I just literally just live streamed saying that I play Majora's Mask and I just showed my Majora's Mask for like an hour. I sent the moon from Majora's Mask to Jason's house and will incinerate him in 72 hours. I hope you know, Don, if the moon falls into Frederick, Maryland, it will kill you too. But I think you want that to happen. So I'm just going to play by that rule. I think you want that to happen. So let's move this over here. Small price to pay for the memes. Memes, the DNA of the soul, for real. All right, let me get the paste. If I even have any. I do. A giant tube of it. Is that really the only tube I have? There's no way. I gotta have more of this shit. I swear I have like a whole second tube somewhere, unless I don't. This might be that second tube. Or as British people, heavy quotations, like to call it, a tube. Yes, this is a tube of thermal paste. A tube. A tube in it. Oh, look at that. It's a tube in it. Well, Crikey, it's a tube of thermal compound. Crikey, lads. There we go. That should be enough. Maybe put a little bit more in. It's better to over-apply thermal compound than under-apply it. Anyone can tell you that. There we go. At least it isn't a chub. A chub? The fuck is a chub? Unless you're talking about phallic objects. Which I wouldn't put it past you, Kira. I wouldn't put it past you if you were to talk about that stuff. Oh, this is not, this isn't, this is offset a little bit. So I could do that. Or I could do that. Let's give higher clearance to the SSD. So let's do this orientation. Oh, not Kira? Oh, sorry. When you're, I just went off of color, because you and Kira have the same color. My bad. I changed mine to purple now. What a racist, JK. Oh my god. This is the part where I need to put like a whole lot of pressure on it to keep it in place. There we go. Now make sure to alternate the screws when you screw them in. You don't want to put too much pressure on one side because then you could crack the board if you're not careful enough. So just alternate between the two occasionally, like I'm doing. And then once one side stops, it should be hand tight. And then you know both sides are screwed in once they're both hand tight. There it is. That's hand tight. And that's hand tight as well. Perfect. All right. Taylor should change his color to the darkest brown. Taylor has T in his name. Teal in his name. He does have teal in his name, but he's a cookie. That is right. He's a cookie. So he should be a tan color. He should be a tan color because he's cookie. And most cookies are a tan color. Am I wrong? No. All right. So we got all that done. Now I just need to chuck this in here. I should also probably bury that there. Now it won't jut out. Perfect. That's Bakist. He becomes more like FNAF 1 Chica every day. That's racist to cookies. Oh my god, you guys. Is cookie just like the code name for Hispanic now? Ah yes, all cookies are tan. That sounds like a slur to like Hispanics. Ah yes, you cookie. Go back across the border. A cookie, a slur we invented, for real. Guys, we invented new slur. We invented a new slur. First we had clanker, now we have cookie. Don't be such a cookie. Total cookie crumbling. All right, let's... Holy shit, this has a lot of fan headers. There's 3 of them right here. It wants you to put it into the gray one. I don't know if you can see that much. There's a gray header here. And it wants me to put the this pin out here. Oh, they even have little notches on them to make sure that they stay in. That's nice. I like that. Why don't more boards have that shit? It'd be cheap as hell, dude. It also has 2 RGB headers. Actually, sorry, 3 RGB headers. You know, if you hate money. It also comes with a reset switch. That's interesting. Oh, that's probably to clear CMOS. That's actually pretty clever. I like that. That's a cool feature. There's a COM port here, TPM, audio ports. I don't know if you can see any of this that I'm doing. There's audio here, 2 USB 2 ports here, a COM port, and then your front panel. You have a USB 3 here, 4 SATA ports, USB-C, another fan header here. This thing is boatloads of fan headers. It is pretty overbuilt on that front, which is a good thing. You want that. Autism is pretty cool, though. All right, I'm adding that as a quote. Add quote. Autism is pretty cool, though. There you go. Quote 1292. Racism and autism are like Tylenol and alcohol? What the fuck? I won't, Grant. I had to move 1 step. To the right. Take it back now, y'all. 1 hop this time. 1 hop this time. Left foot, 2 stomps. Right foot, 2 stomps. Charlie Brown. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 1 hop this time. 1 hop this time. Reverse, reverse. Reverse, reverse. Slide to the left. Crisscross. Crisscross. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn around. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 1 hop this time. Fucking love that song. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. So fetal alcohol syndrome and autism, autistic racism. What the fuck are you... guys, what have we devolved into? Chat, are you okay? Chat, I don't think you guys are okay. I don't think y'all are okay. Y'all need help. All right, that is fan clips in on that one. That's 1 fan header in. Perfect. I really should have rotated this another 90 degrees, shouldn't I have? Yeah. Let's do that. Just for cable management's sake, I'm going to do that. Or else I'm going to go ballistic. So let's remove that. If I even can. There we go. Taylor doesn't realize he is Old Yeller. Dude, I'm reading on a I have a TN panel that is showing Twitch chat. It is so hard to look at a TN panel when the TN panel is angled upwards and you're on the floor, it's really hard to read because it's so dark. And I also have the brightness down to like 0 because I don't like having my eyes burned out at by the age of 30. Oh my God, Don. Really? All right, let's put this fan clip back on.
How about no?
Perfect. And now that's in. Oh, damn it. Now get in. Perfect. I just had to thread that fan cable in there. I did all that. I wasted a minute just to cable manage. Good, look at me, guys. Actually, that was probably like 3 minutes I wasted for cable management. What kind of what bomb? What kind of TISM bomb was set off in here? I don't know. You can blame Don for that. I swear my vision isn't fucked. I'm literally looking at a TN panel. My IPS panel I can read just fine. I can read all the text on it just fine down here. My TN panel I cannot read for shit. Like, frankly, let me just pull up this tab. Oh my God, that's so much easier to read. Holy shit. Yeah, that's so much easier. Why didn't I do that before? Cable management is important. It looks clean. Clean. Very clean. Speed. I'm not Vinesauce. I'm not affiliated with Vinesauce. I've met him. I just like his memes. His name is Memes. There we go. All right, both fans are in now. Just press on those to keep them in. Good. Not a bomb, Jasik, but a gas. What kind of gas? Nerve agent. Nerve agent. There we go. All right. Cooler's on. Processor's in. SSD is in. RAM is in. I have everything except for the GPU, power supply, and case now. This has been a very, very easy build so far. I'm pretty happy about that. I can put the compound away. I no longer need it. I think it's time to put the case on. Gas, 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 gonna step on the gas. It's a good song. It's a song I drive 100 miles an hour to. As you do. As you do. Ladies and gentlemen, only break the speeding law if there's no cops nearby and there's no traffic. There we go. It's a song you break the law while listening to. That's every Eurobeat song, though. Let's be real here. That's every single Eurobeat song. You can't tell me otherwise. go. All right, so I/O panels face up. Got it. That is important info for later. Editor's note. I/O panel face up. Laws don't apply to you when you're vibing the fuck out. Yeah, it's like when you hear Freebird play. If you're not going the fastest your car can go, you're not doing it right. That's just a rule. I don't make the rules. I just know them. All right, you can go over here, bud. I no longer need you until I ship this out. Ain't that nice? All right, so as I mentioned before, this has an acrylic panel on it. So it does mark easily, so you want to be careful about that. But I'm going to keep the peel on for that reason. So, you know, I'm not at fault for dinging it. And that way, the end user can just peel it off himself. WPC build, yep. How's it going, Vic? Speaking of computer builds, how's your computer doing, Vic? Is it running well? Running nice? I should probably decouple all these and shove them to the side so that they don't interfere for the moment. Neat that over there. Perfect. It just slides right into that channel. I love when that happens. PC's doing well. No problem so far. Awesome. Good to hear. Forgot your name is Vic, like the vapor rub. Like the vapor rib. Vic's vapor rub. Oh, shit. Vic, you're never going to live that down, are you? Oh, shit. This doesn't have standoffs on it, does it? No, it does not. Well, fuck. I forgot this case doesn't have standoffs, so I'm going to have to install standoffs. Ain't that lovely? Oh, well. Slaps it. Slaps roof. Slaps roof of car. This bad boy can fit so many standoffs. The nice thing, though, it comes with these like little hand turnable PCI slots. That's something not a lot of cases have. Vic was secretly named after the vapor rub. Fun fact, y'all. He was named after the vapor rub. I can't get that out of my head now. Thanks a lot, Cole. You did this to me. All right, let's get the standoffs out. I need, pretty sure it's 6, 3 on that side, 4, 5, 6, 8. I need 8. Hopefully it comes with 8. I'd be very mad if it don't. Three, 6. Where's the 8? Unless it doesn't come with one. And it doesn't come with an 8. There's only 7 of them. Damn. One problem modern cars have is that they never have enough gas. That's why I invented the gas car. Every panel of it stores gas. Your range is unbeatable. Just never get in a crash. You'll be like a Ford Pinto. Also, I found the 8th one. Yeah, it's like the Ford Pinto. Who here knows what a Ford Pinto is? I do. And they're uninsurable for a reason. Super Ford Pinto. It's like a Mario game. Super Ford Pinto. Where the hell did that go? There you are, buddy. Super Mario Pingas. Oh, speaking of Mario games, who here would like to do a 3D world playthrough with me? It'd be co-op. It'd have to be on Ryzen, so you'd have to have a good computer. But I would love to do that sometime. Just be a bitch to do, you know? Oh, so I believe it's getting a little too dark. So we're going to get a light out. A dedicated light. Just for this. There we go. Perfect. A dedicated light. Yes, I just casually have an IKEA light that's detached from the wall. It's great for computer builds. Very practical. The design is very human. Very easy to use. The design is very human. I just need some assistance. All right. It's a rage game where you have to drive out all New York without hitting anything. Oh my god, dude. Fuck New York traffic. Then again, T-Lord, you haven't been to DC and you haven't been on 495 yet. There's a lot of stupid people in Teslas here. I think they own the road. Having an electric car does not mean you own the road. God. And I could also make a joke that like half of them are Asian because they are. And my lawyer has advised me to not continue with said joke. But Jacek, my license plate says "ew gas." That makes me superior. Reminds me. What are those giant generators behind the power station of a Tesla charger? Aren't those diesel? Wouldn't that make your car a gas car? Checkmate, liberals. That's for decoration. Oh my god. Damn, I just dinged this light and just a crap ton of dust came off it. This will get air canned off camera. Just for my sanity. Let's just make sure they're all hand tight, yeah. Alright, those three are hand tight. 5 to go. Oop. Wasn't trying to do that. The great thing about this is it has an A symbol and an M symbol, depending on what layout of motherboard you have. Like M is MATX and A is ATX. So that's really nice to have. It's really good creature comfort. You know, if they're not going to install the standoffs for you, they might as well, you know, make it easier for you. Especially to those who don't know the ATX and MATX layouts like I do. This is really good for, you know, a beginner. And by and large, it's better to have a feature than to not have it and need it. Does the PC include a Fumo? If Payne wants to pay $100 for a Fumo, he can. But I'm not going to force him to. And frankly, Alex, I don't think he cares for Tuhu Project that much. Plus, he has a girlfriend. It'd be really weird to have a bunch of Fumos if you have a girlfriend. Unless, you know, she also likes Tuhu. Which, shockingly, I found a few women local to me that like Tuhu Project, which is kind of nice. That being said, I could give him all the Tuhu Project games if he wants them. They do run on Linux just fine. I should know. I play them on my Steam Deck. That's an A, that's an A, and that is an A as well. So I just have those top 3 to go. We still need to try that buckshot idea on Peyton's girlfriend. Buckshot idea? What do you mean buckshot idea? Care to elaborate? Because I do not recall. Oh, is Peyton getting Linux? Yeah, he's getting Bazite. Maybe he'll be able to grow some facial hair under his neck. If you want to insult him with those kind of insults, be my guest. You can say that to his face if you want to. I don't know, you're closer to him than I am. Geographically. I also hear CatchyOS is a good gaming focused art in Archbase. I'm going with Bazite just because it's basically SteamOS without the Steam overlay. And frankly, I find the Steam overlay quite annoying if you're going for a desktop experience. If you're going for a desktop experience, you don't want that shit. You don't want to switch between modes. That's just, that's annoying. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then there's a center standoff that's already pre-installed. Still runs amazing on Steam Deck. Because Valve is cool with that. Well, here's the thing. The gaming mode on SteamOS is great for the Steam Deck. It's terrible for anyone who's trying to use it as a desktop. And this is going to be used as a desktop, obviously. So I'm going to treat it like a desktop, obviously, and install an OS that will work like a desktop. Again, obviously. I'm not going to install, what's that OS I have that basically is Android for x86? I'm not going to install him Bliss OS. That's stupid. I'm going to install him Linux because it works. At least the version of Linux I'm using works. Not all Linux works. Take that, Linux fans. Linux doesn't always work. But frankly, Windows is not getting any better. In fact, it's getting way worse. So, pick your poison, eh? Pick your poison. All right, now to find out which one of these is the right screw. That's what she said. That's it. When she tries to find the right screw. Ooh! That is heavy. So much metal. All right. I just slot it in carefully. That one is incorrectly. That one is incorrectly. Yep. We're all good. We get closer to the... Oh, most certainly. I'm not going to disagree with that, Alex. And you can thank Gabe Newell for basically starting that whole chain reaction. It's me, Gabe Newell. Gabe Ben. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, those seem too short. That seems way too short. Yeah, it just spins infinitely. That's not a good sign. Well, it's in. Make sure these are the right screws. Because they're flathead ones. No. Okay, yeah. Hold on. I don't know what the hell these are for. These might be for drives. That's what I'm starting to think. They might be for the drives. Because that's definitely not it. That one's going to be a bitch to pull out. That's what she said. Let's try those. See if they work. That's not the right one. That's for the power supply. 6. That ain't it. 8. Yeah, there's 8 of them. So if there's 8 of those, and I assume that's the correct one, because there's only 8 of them. Microsoft Scramble, when an engineer leaked they're going to massively overhaul the code base to Rust with AI by 2030. Yeah, no. Rust is not good, like a lot of people think. It's okay if you have modern hardware, which if you're India or China or any third world nation is not true. Or if you're poor, you know, because not everyone has the latest technology, unfortunately, because we live in an era where, you know, the economy is in the shitter. So, unfortunately, you're going to have that part where Rust is not great for everything. Is it good? Yes. But C is just as good, I'd argue. And C runs on anything. C has been around forever. It's like, seriously, guys, what's the point? They just want to make busy work and claim that AI is perfect when it's not. AI is fucking flawed as hell. I just hope this AI bubble bursts sooner rather than later. All right, that's 2 of them. And moreover, I hope these tech companies start hiring Americans and not H-1B visas. Because, you know, I'd like to have a job sometime soon. Unlike many, I can actually, you know, deal with having a part-time job. But I'm one of the few. I would like to work full-time. But clearly hiring 5 Indians is cheaper than hiring me, so... And having AI do all the work is cheaper than hiring 5 Indians. Alright, those are all hand tight. Ow, what did I just step on? Oh, that's a screw. I didn't really step on it, I just rolled my foot over it, and that was very painful. God. And being 10 Indian and hiring 10 Indians is cheaper than hiring 5 AIs. Okay, that is true. That is true. That is very... Can we get a truth nuke? Can we get a truth nuke? Holy shit, guys, truth nuke. There we go. Now I can actually see that screw. Oh, this is going to be fun. Putting that CPU power cable in. Oh, that's going to be a total bitch. That's going to be a total bitch. All right, that's in. Now for the next one over. Those have gone burr. You're forgetting about flash too. Flash and SSDs have gone up back to the prices they were 3 years ago. I remember when SSDs were like $60 a terabyte. Now it's back up to 100 again. I'm kind of pissed at that. Albeit, I'm glad I bought an 8 terabyte SSD when I did. I paid $580 for it, something like that after tax. And they now cost somewhere between $600 and $1,000. So I haven't gotten a whole lot of money saved from that, but my RAM has been the thing I've saved the most money on. That I am beyond thankful for. I saved so much money on that. There we go. Finally got you out. Yeah, no, these screws are not for... They're not for mounting the motherboard. They're for mounting hard drives. There's a different one. You know, them labeling them something other than numbers would be nice, but I guess I didn't pay enough money to do that for them to do that. But yeah, board's in. All screws are in this time. I didn't lose any. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All 8 are in. Now I just need to power the thing and plug in all these cables, which I might as well do right now. Let's do that now. Let's watch my favorite moment again, shall we? I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die. I love that movie. Such a classic. Jeffrey Epstein. Mr. Waternoose is just Jeffrey Epstein. He'll kidnap 1,000 children before he dies. And the joke is he probably did that. All right, now to cable manage this garbage. That's a USB header. That's a front panel. That's an HD audio. HD audio is going to have to surf under there. There is a little alcove for it. Thank goodness. It's just going to be a bit of a hike getting that through the back panel. But I'll live. I can do it. I do it. I'll kidnap 100 children before I let this administration die. Probably Trump. Let's be real here. I need someone to Photoshop that now. We have Trump Thwomp. Now we need Trump Water Noose. Someone do it. Someone do it, please. I need this now. Desperately. I need this now. All right. That's front panel. That can just go there anyway. That is... Damn, Alex. I didn't even think about that. That's HD audio. It even has its little own hole for it. That's pretty clever. I like that. All right. That can stay... I can fold that like that. That'll be good. That is USB header as well. This can be thread through here too. Perfect. those two will just have to play nice. Ooh, I didn't like that sound. What was that sound? That was just plastic. Yeah, that was just plastic. Okay, I have just enough cable length to pull that in. Somehow. Now, there's no other place for this, is there? And no, even then, I'm struggling with cable length here. I think I'm going to have to put that in the other side. That's unfortunate. Alright. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. That is front panel. That can stay there. And that can be thread here. Alright, this is keyed in a funny way. Make sure I get it in correctly. Alright, that is keyed in. I can yank it a little bit. Jarvis, jerk it a little. Jarvis, jerk it a little. Anything is better than Velma Max? Are you talking about like the blackwashed version of Velma? The very racist appropriation of a white character that they hopefully lost lots of money on. I hope they lost a shit ton of money on that. I really hope they did. That shit deserves to unexist. Whoever made that needs to be taken apart and had their brain studied for how insanely stupid people are. Come on. Come apart, please. Let's temporarily twist this back together. I might rely on some of the zip ties here because they do come free with the case. I might as well use them. It was going to be a forgettable original series before it got Velma and Scooby-Doo branding slapped onto it. Still one of the worst cartoons. No shit. Oh shit, I have that, where is that thing? I have a pinout somewhere. Let me find this, because I have it somewhere in my room. And it's like turbo useful. There you are. I literally set aside just for this build. This is a pinout for a front panel. And I'm just going to use it as a way to match all this up. Hard drive LED. Power LED. There we go. The reset switch is just a short out, so you don't have to worry about it too much. And the power switch you don't have to worry about either, because again, it's just a simple short out. And then Slide this jacket onto it. There we go. I would watch season 3 One Punch Man over Velma. That's crazy to hear. That's like a crazy fucking statement. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce a crazy fucking statement from Alex. Oh, it comes with a speaker pinout. That's nice. You don't see that anymore. You really don't see that anymore. Cool. I'm going to put that there. Oh, it even has the pinout on here, too. So never mind, I don't need this at all. I can just pin it out there. All right, then. That was a waste of my time. Ironically. Isn't that ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain. It's a free ride on your wedding day. All right. Those are swapped around. Ah, fuck. The thing I hate about these two pins is that they're not really friendly. All right, next is the hard drive LED. That is positive, that is negative. And then next we have the power and reset. Those are two very simple switches. Again, they're just a short out. Ah, fuck. I didn't align this correctly. Now I did. There we go. Power goes in there. If I can put it in correctly, that'd be nice. These things are always the death of me. The power switch pinouts are always the death of me. That should be in. It is. And I just need to feed the cable back in. Make sure I have space for the SATA ports. Also, I'm going to fish this under here. Again, for cable management's sake. Just to make it look prettier. There we go. It looks a lot nicer now. I just have a bunch of slack I need to get rid of. Perfect. All right. That should be in there nice and tight. All right. That's one zip tie down. This whole harness is now nice and sturdy. There's plenty of space for the SATA slots. These case fans need to go in now. Take my coat off. It's a bit hot in here. It's actually hot in here now. I'm actually impressed by that. It's 68 degrees in here. I'm also, you know, moving shit around. So that does help. There's a fan header there. There's another one there. So those are going to be the two ones I use. These came off easily. A little too easily for my liking. That one did, at least. Is 9060 XT and the 7500 X3D a good combo? It's a good combo if you're getting it at a good price, yes. Would you get good FPS with it? It depends on the game. I assume if you're playing, like, you know, your shooter games, they're going to be more optimized. In that case, yes. Minecraft would probably run just fine. I guess if you're alluding to like Fortnite and of the likes, and again, you would probably run 240 just fine. That processor, all the X3D chips are great for that kind of high refresh rate. So I don't see anything wrong with that. All right, now I just need to cable manage those. Yippee. Also, why did this come off? When did this come off? Oh, I'll have to play with that later. You have 280 hertz. If your monitor is 280 and you're going to get 240, you're not utilizing the full potential of the monitor. But in reality, that you'd rather be bottlenecked by your GPU. But if you're not maxing out your monitor, it's not going to be the end of the world. There are games I don't max out my monitor with, so you don't have to worry about that too much. If 280 is the highest you go, that's cool. I mean, it's not going to be a huge deal if you don't make it to 280. Because 240 is fine for most. All right, now I got to cable manage this garbage. I hate cable management. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. It's the worst. Makes my OCD mad. All right, so get that. That should be enough. Actually, I probably don't want to zip tie this. I feel like zip tying it would be a bit too extra. But let's just do it to do it. These are at the low price of free. So I may as well. It's falling apart on me. I don't want that. Perfect. All right. I could end up just cable managing those two together. I will not play the AAA games. You only like comp games, then you're fine. Your refresh rate will be fine then. As long as you don't crank settings and you don't play, like, you know, the newest games, you'll be fine. And frankly, you don't need high refresh rate for AAA games anyway, unless it's like Call of Duty. Like, shooters probably rely the most on FPS. So if you're just gonna play, like, you know, your Fortnite or your Minecrafts, you're good. All right, so let me see. I can fold that there, there, there. That's perfect. That is actually amazing. Yeah, 7500X. Isn't that forget where is it? Is that like a Latin American exclusive? I'm gonna assume that you're probably in like Brazil, where computer parts are not cheap. Also, I need to clip those off now. I don't play most graphics intense games. That's fair. There we go. That's one. And let me get the other one out. That is terrible cable management on my part. Oh, well. It's not too offensive to me. It's, you know, it's a jumble, but it's fine. All right, so that's good. Oop. Knocking my camera around. I just heard a zip tie go somewhere. There you are, or a twisty tie even. There you go. All right, what am I missing here? There's no need for SATA. He's good on that front. All the fans are in. Yeah, I just need to power it now. We're good. So push that right there. Yay. Don't stab yourself with a knife. It'd be really painful. Don't do that. Thanks for your help desk, because I'm a rookie and I'm from... Oh, you're from EU. Oh! Where in the EU, if I may ask? All right, let's get this power supply open. Germany. Oh, nice. Okay. That needs to go in. That needs to go in. I just need to get the box open and go from there. This is going to involve flipping the case around a bit. So here we go. Rhineland. Oh, I know where that is. Part of my family was across the border from Alsace-Lorraine. Like on the French side of the border there. And then another part of my family is from Hanover, if you know where that is. In Germany. Okay, so fan goes down here. I should have put the power supply in earlier. That's an oversight on my part. All right, it's good there. I just need to hold it in place. It's in Germany? Yeah. Okay, that... I need this. I can use this as a catch-all for now. Whoop. Hello. Don't fall, please. That's one. That's two. All right, now I gotta find where... There you are. Screw that in. You know Frankfurt? Yes, I do, actually, yeah. I also got a buddy that lives in Bayern, which is the southeast part of the country. I believe that's how you guys pronounce it. Looks like the back of my Cyber PC computer, but without any of the dust. It might be the same case, Alex. It might actually be the same case. All right, I have 3 screws in. I need to find the last one. There it is. All right, all 4 are in. Let me make sure they're hand tight. I always like to make sure these are hand tight. They worry me a bit. I know it's a stupid thing to worry about, but I'm always worried these power supplies are going to get ripped out of the case in shipping. It'll never happen. It's just a stupid thing I worry about. But Alex, isn't your case a glass panel? Because this one doesn't have a glass panel on it. It's an acrylic panel. You know, a plastic panel, essentially. Same bottom, but has like twice the USB ports, it looks. Okay, one question. Can you say to me that my PC is future-proof? I'd argue no PC is future-proof. You just can use it for longer. It's more relevant. Also, that is a spider in my room. I'm getting that guy. Hello, buddy. Why are you doing in my room in December? Get out of here. What are you doing in my room? There's a spider in my room. That's lovely. Was not expecting to see you, bud. Spider jump scare. All right. Only if you want. 9060 XT, the fact that it has 16 gigs of video memory is really nice. If you're getting that version, it's amazing. 32 gigs of RAM will last you for like 5 to 8 years, depending on if you're using Linux or Windows. It doesn't really matter. 32 gigs is plenty for everyone at the moment. If you're doing video editing, you want 64. And if you're doing anything like AI or heavy workloads, you want 96 or 128. But for the average person, 32 is perfect. It's perfectly fine. But yeah, 9060 XT is a great card. The 7500X 3D is an okay chip. You can always upgrade it later. It's a fine chip for gaming. Beyond that, if you're going to live stream, it won't be great for that. But for gaming, it's a fine chip. It's a good computer. What you have cooked up is a great computer. You have a great computer there. All right. It'll probably last you at least 5 years. No questions asked. It'll last you 5 years. All right. Make sure to set that to on. You don't want to forget that, because if you have it set to off and you try to turn it on, it won't turn on. So make sure that switch is set to the on, which is the I, not the O. All right. I just have to plug it in, but I have to put all the power cables in now. Yippee! Oh, I need to put the GPU in too. That'll be something I do after I put the power cables in. Going back to Best Buy, though, 100% awesome customer service, got insurance for the thumb, and an even better at the time PC for a 50% discount. Well, I mean, you could have sued them. So, I mean, for good reason, the customer service was nice to you. You could have sued them for, causing bodily harm. I'll keep those screws there just in case. Power cable. You can tell I'm in America because I have this cable. We use the inferior 120 volt outlets. Free mouse and keyboard and an epic thumb scar. Oh, no. Oh, poor guy. Poor Alex. My uncle said I should get the RTX Pro 6000 for like $6,000. Your uncle is funny. Your uncle is funny. These are PCI. Oh, this is CPU. I need that. I need that. I need that. And that's also CPU. I don't need a second one. So I'm good in that front. I'm going to eventually give him all the cables anyway. I just want to make sure I filter out the ones I don't need. Firstly. Another question is, actually, I never opened this thing. Does it use a 16-pin connector? Let's move this aside for now, because I do want to check that out, actually. Let's move that aside. I mean, I only have a 5070, and my buddy here is getting a 5060. Which, albeit, isn't a great card, but I got it on a pretty good sale. GPUs are just overpriced right now. They're at terrible markets right now, and it doesn't help this RAM shortage is happening. Fancy box. Very fancy box. Is this a CD? Oh no, it's just a instruction booklet. Damn, I was really hoping I'd get a CD there. All right, there's the card. Put this over here real quick. This looks just like my card. Literally looks just like it. And it has an 8-pin. I'm glad I did this beforehand. I'm glad I checked beforehand. Because I would have given him a 16-pin connection and it wouldn't have worked. Do a GPU bottle flip? That would be a very expensive bottle flip. All right, I can put that over here. I no longer need to work on it. Ooh, you guys get to, I get to peel it, guys. I get to peel. There's so much peel on this. So much peel. That's one peel. It's now 3 a.m. in Germany. That's pretty late. All right, now to peel the rest of this off. This is like opening up a Christmas present. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. We have holidays. Oh, yeah, that is true. Do you eat your GPU with or without the peel? Oh, there's another peel. Ooh, there's another one, guys. If I can get it off. This one's pretty difficult. There we go. Look at that. Jessica, I made the water noose edit. Oh no, I have to check my phone. Actually, no, I can't check my phone because I'm using it as a camera right now. Let me check. Oh, that's good. That's funny, Taylor. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right, let's remove the cover. There's always one of these plastic covers on the PCIe slot. You got to be careful with it. Always be careful with that. Oh, that's like special grounding tips on it too. That's pretty neat. Throw that there. Now let's install the GPU before I do anything else. Before I even install the power supply, let's get this out of the way. Let's make it so all these are hand turnable. There we go. And let me get the second one off. There we go. All right. Now to put this in. Oh, there's more peels, guys. There's more peels on the fans. That's one. That's two. And that's three. All right. My cousin had, before his upgrade, 2. And it's like 6. Memory for a lifetime? Yeah. He has 6 terabytes of memory? That's insane. Like I only have 96 in my computer, and then I have like another maybe 100 upstairs. Now storage, I have a ton of storage. I have 103 terabytes of storage upstairs. I run a giant server. All right, it's in. Now I need to screw it back in. There we go. I'm going to use a screwdriver. It'll make this easier. Your uncle has his own cloud? That's pretty impressive. All right, and those are all in. Awesome. So now I just need to give everything power, and then we're ready to go. We're almost done. Oh, those came from the front panel. I want to keep those. Okay. Oop. It took him like 4 weeks. That sounds about right. All right. That can go in there. Actually, let's do this the right way first. Let's do the bottom row first. Oop. There we go. I found the cables. German autocorrect. All right, let's just plug everything into the power supply first. There we go. And now for this. There we go. Now for CPU. You want a made from Poland? Oh, I see the joke you're making, T-Lord. I see the joke now. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. I want a maid from Poland. You want to invade Poland? All right, come on, go in there. Make it easy for me, please. The word Himmel in English, I don't know what it puts sky in the sentence. I don't know either. All right, there. I need to put PCIe in now. Let me quickly put this in now. I need it back in my floor. Now this high power cable is not going to go to anything, but it'll be usable for later. If Paint wants to upgrade his GPU, he can do that with ease by just, swapping out the cable for this one. So this will make his life easier in like 5 years if he decides to upgrade. He can just use the same PC. He just has to replace the power cable. So that makes his life easier. Next, let's just plug one of these in just to have it, because he may use it. In case he decides to put hard drives in his system, he can do that. And there's a perfect little channel here for all the cables that he doesn't need. It's a perfect channel for them. Oh my god, T-Lord. Alright, so CPU cable can go there. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that because I already have one in here, don't I? No, I have CPU. I don't have PCIe. I should probably get a PCIe cable. That one will do. That's Molex. I don't need Molex, and I don't need an extra SATA. Alright. Time to chuck this in. There we go. All right, that's another one done. Now I just have to thread these through. Perfect. All right. Actually, can I just fit all these cables through the bottom channel here? Pretty sure I can. I'm pretty sure the answer to that is yes. There's another. If I can grab it through. That's another. And now to get you through. Perfect. Look at all that cable mess. Such a mess of cables coming out the back now. All right, is this the CPU? It is. That will go up here. So I can just do that. This is motherboard. This will go right around here, yeah? Yep. Perfect. And then you are the GPU. You will also go somewhere around there too, yeah? Yeah, down here. It might go up here. Yeah, we're going to move it up here. Perfect. All right, set it back down. Perfect. And now to put the motherboard cable in. This is going to be the most painful one, arguably, because it's at a weird bend. It's at a very weird bend. Oh. This is not keyed correctly. It is keyed correctly. Why is it not going in? Oh, I had it for a second.
Huh?
There we go. That was painful. This guy is a bit stubborn. It does not want to go in correctly. All right, now for arguably the hardest one. Got to thread it up here, pull it through, and then set it back in there without chopping my hand apart. These CPU coolers love to cut me anytime I try to put these cables in. So let's see if I can get away without taking damage. Oh, hey, I got it in first try. Let's go. Pretty happy about that. Why is Peyton's GPU a Prime? It's an Optimus Prime. Say Optimus Prime. Say Optimus Prime. Fucking love that meme. I love that Transformers meme. All right, I think the computer is ready to go. Everything looks hand tight. I could probably install a few more cables just to have them. again, just out of convenience sake. There we go. Very funny, Alex. I see the joke you made. Because Amazon. My name is Amazon Prime. We are here. We are waiting. Alright, let's just put the rest of the cables in just to have them. I know it's not going to look pretty, but again, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's more space filled up on the inside, which is probably the most important thing. I have 3 cables left. Is there not an extra one? There's not. Interesting. Nope, I don't see it anywhere. Nope. All right. These are the only ones. All right, that can go in here. That one, and then last but not least, this one. If I can find the right end to it, which I'm currently doing a terrible job at. Oh, this is PCIe, not the other one. Perfect. That should be all of them. That is all of them. That's all the cables. There's an extra 6-pin there, but I don't have anything for it. So it's just going to stay unpopulated. But this computer's ready to turn on. Let's see if it posts. Let me get my monitor, my test dummy monitor, and see if it posts. And for extra bad luck, I'm going to put on all the panels to see if it, because I know it's bad GBs to put on all the panels before you turn it on, but I'm confident in this one. I'm pretty confident. I have faith it will just turn on first try. Oh, it's heavy. It's definitely heavy. Look at that cable management. Look at that. That looks ugly. I hate cable management. Just don't look at it and it doesn't exist. I have the panel on the wrong way. Maybe if you put the panel on right, it would help you. There we go. Will be a wild day. I doubt that'll ever happen, dude. I highly doubt that'll ever happen. I'd have to go to British Columbia to see him, and that's like, ugh, British Columbia. Oh, Alex, you're going to laugh at this. Linus Sebastian has canonically dropped a Reimu Fumo. Canonically. I am not joking when I say that. All right, so let's give this thing some power. Let's get this thing a monitor as well. No way, yes way. There's a YouTube video of him dropping stuff for an hour straight. Somebody made a giant compilation. And when he does his WAN show, like the giant LAN show that he has in Vancouver, every year. One of the years he went to people's setups, and there's a Reimu Fumo on one of them, and he knocked it down. All right, power's in. Ooh, the ceramic fan didn't like that. You can tell I live in an old house when the power likes to fluctuate like that. That's why I have a UPS, guys. Always buy a UPS for your PC, especially if you live in a 120-year-old house. It really helps. Okay, so I have power plugged in. I need to get the other thing plugged in. That's not it. There it is. All right, so this is my cheap portable monitor. I love using it. It's great for this kind of scenario. Take this out. If I even can. There we go. And give it power. All right, let's see if it turns on, guys. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see if it posts. You have the same portable monitor? Dude, it's great. I love it. I pay like $40 for it. It's great to test if stuff posts. And I bring it to me for MagFest for a LAN. It's a great monitor because I can just sit on top of my laptop and it just works. It's great. I love it. I also have a second one that's way larger. But, I mean, it's so much larger. It's not as portable. All right, I'm going to give it a while to memory train because it may be a while. Oh, hey! Post first time. Let's go. Let's go, man. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I believe I am done. I can just power this off and move this over to the side. Now I have to install Linux on it and do a couple other things. Let me quickly hide this. Plus, I just do homework with it anywhere I go. Oh, dude, it's a great little monitor. It's great for laptops. I love it. But yeah, no, again, it's cheap. It works great. It's great for posting and testing stuff like that. Also, you guys get to see all the beautiful snacks and collectibles I have up on my shelf now because it's bright. I have all the lights on my room. All the lights. Turn on the lights here, baby. This case looks similar.
We know!
The basement is back.
Move on!
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Peyton. Why is it back? Hold on. I thought did I not disable this? I didn't. Oh, what the fuck? Remove. There we go. Now it's gone. The piss yellow walls are back. Yeah, that's because my room is Stillers themed, believe it or not. No, I like the basement. I need a audio clip of Peyton saying, "No, I like the basement."
I can just hear Peyton saying that. No, I like the basement. Sorry, that's my Peyton impression. I apologize, Peyton. Don't hate me. I'm such an asshole. I'm making impressions of my friends. Jason, can you get out of frame? I want to do the funny. Have you done the funny? Is the funny done?
Michael, don't leave me here. Michael, Michael, help me.
I didn't know you were going to do that funny. Alright. Good, I have this turned off now. Now my battery on my phone won't die. Even though it's at full charge. Because I have a battery hooked up to it. Is the PC already done? Yeah, Peyton, you just missed out. I just tested it. It posts. So now I just have to install Linux and torture test it. You know, burn it in, make sure everything works, nothing is defective, it's not overheating. So yeah. Let me pick it up. Let me also unplug it before I pick it up. That'd be stupid if I didn't do that, you know? Also, I had a spider crawl into my room. I don't know how he got in here, because it's December. I didn't know, like, they were still walking around in my room, but I surprisingly found a spider in my room. But here it is. It's pretty. It's also, don't look at the cable management. Don't look at the cable management, Peyton. It's awful. Like, I'm dead serious. The cable management on this thing is god-awful. Also, you can put Blu-ray drives into it. It has 2 Blu-ray drives, Blu-ray drive slots for it. So you can put DVDs and stuff onto it if you, you know, end up buying a DVD player. But that's if you want to do that. And I gave you all the power cables to do that. You just have to set up yourself. Oh, actually, no. I didn't put the SATA data cables in. Let me do that. I don't have DVDs. You pirate. I know you're based like me. I just figured I'd mention it. Let me actually give you those SATA cables. Where are they? There they are. Right here. You also have Wi-Fi 6. Albeit, I'm not going to install the antennae. You can do that. I don't usually use the antennae. Because they're annoying. And I break them all the time. I have a bad habit of breaking Wi-Fi antennae. You can create disks. What is Wi-Fi 6? It's the second newest Wi-Fi standard. It's pretty good. You basically don't need a LAN cable if you have a stable router, but I still recommend using a LAN cable anyway. In fact, the LAN cable is faster than the Wi-Fi, regardless. That reminds me, I need to remove one of these ports. Cover them. Make sure you don't use the wrong graphics output. Because so many people use the wrong graphics output on their computers and don't even realize it. I love GPUs that come with dummy plugs. They're super useful. I have like 5 billion of these things. And I could 3D print more, but I don't need to. Alright. I have all 3 of the new Alice in Chains albums. Let me know if you want to give them a listen. New Alice in Chains albums? I thought they were all dead. I thought they all died from drugs like 10 years ago. They got a new lead singer? Oh, okay. I mean, they're probably not going to sound as good as they used to be. Only Lane Stanley died? Okay, okay. There's the SATA cables. There's the antennae. Let me just put these in. I'm going to do this off camera. But, that way I have the SATA cables in here. And, yeah. I mean, T-Lord, if you want to send those to me, you can. But I'm going to head out. I'm going to do some stuff on this computer. Maybe I'll put this off later and then do whatchamacallit instead. Maybe I'll do a video game instead tonight, guys. Is anybody available for a video game? Actually, if somebody could ping Fondue, maybe he's available for a video game. Maybe he is. Maybe we could do a Boss J video editing stream. Right, guys? We should do a Boss J video editing stream. He's still sick? Okay. But yeah, thank y'all for being here. I have SATA cables to plug in and food to eat. And then maybe I'll play something else. I don't know. Y'all take care. Stay savage. I'll see you guys soon.